Lords and ladies, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later with your host, Jacob Butter. I've realized that echo was probably distracting with a cough there. Right, so anyways, welcome back to MyStreet 5 years later. I'm so sorry that it took a long time to set this up. Basically, I was trying to send Aiden a thing, but the file was way too big. It's making me a hassle pretty much all day. So I got that ready for him. Nope, it's still going. I don't know. It's a thing. So yeah, I'm not going to dilly-dally too much right now. I have invited some people, but I invited them like a couple of seconds ago, so to notice. So yeah, we're just going to get on with it. Today, I have a treat. I have a treat for all of you. Today, we are looking at genuinely what I think might be my second favorite episode of the entire series. Assuming that everything I remember about it is accurate, which, as I've proven a few times in this particular show, is not always the case. But we shall find out. So let's go ahead and see. Either that or it's How the Zanes Stole Christmas. It really depends. Also, hang on. Basically a ghost? You mean basically a flu? Wow. Okay. Yep. Well, don't worry. My invitation basically still stands. Okay. But I'm going to actually go ahead and get started because I'm very excited for this. And also, it's been a while since I've done an actual stream. And because the actual thing itself. So, and I've taken a while. So without further distraction, on with the reaction. Oh, and look at that. As soon as I press the button, 2 people show up. Perfect. All right.
Hi.
Oh, we have a shadowy overlord as well. What on earth is going on with your
Who's that?
Oh, that is... yeah, I know, you can't tell, right? Okay, yeah, but it's Ghost.
Ghosty! How you doing, girl?
Sick.
Yeah. Anyways, so the episode. Ooh.
Things are getting spicy.
Oh yeah, this is the Zane Chan thing we're picking up with again. Ooh.
Let's get down.
Yes. I love how I just said that. That my second favorite episode of the whole is the Zane Chan one. Yet I've been an avid traveling shipper the whole time. I have my reasons. Don't worry, I will get to it.
Okay, I will say traveling was done dirty in this series. Like traveling was not handled well, especially in the beginning. Like Starlight's when they actually started to handle it well, because like season 1 of MyStreet, okay, that's a decent base, you know. Season 2, kind of messy, but you know, season 3 can fix it. Oh, season 3, absolutely nothing. Season 4, obviously nothing, and then season 5, oh, we're actually doing something good with it.
See, and this is after you came in and said, "Oh, was it run to come out of nowhere?" And yet, you know, I said, "Oh, well, there's like several examples of how it was actually built up beforehand."
Yes.
And here we are now. What a surprise. Okay, but let's go.
Sweet
Oh, yeah, I
music.
forgot we're still here. I forgot it opens up like this, and it's still like in them at this point.
Just
yeah, that's just,
Kawaii-chan! I'm so sorry,
I didn't...
Ah!
I knew they ran off, but I forgot it was because.
Wait, I got a question, Jacob. Do people actually get caught up in the moment and ever have like a romantic moment like that? Is that a thing that happens?
Yes.
Wait, Ghosty, you may know stuff to that. Ooh.
Well, it depends on the person. There's such thing called situational awareness. To be honest, if that monster came up and punched me after I was scared from kissing someone, I would punch them in the face. Because that's how I generally react to fear. My fight or flight response is broken, and 50% is flight.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems like the optimal balance, right? 50 for both of them. I don't know.
Well, you'd
But-
think that, Jacob, but it's fight or flight, but I'm a flightless bird.
Fight or crawl away for dear life. Okay. Yeah. In my like my actual experience, my first kiss was sort of like I brought up the subject because with the same girl, like as he said before, we actually were like we're going to at one point. She said she wasn't ready yet. I came like a year later. I asked again, and she didn't really answer me, but she was leaning in, so they both leant in, and we kind of stayed there for a long time, arguably too long because the drama teacher then found us, and you know that story. So kind of
Oh
exactly what
yeah, and
happened
then
here.
Mrs.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I remember
So
you
if anyone-
telling me about Mrs. Dysart got the inspiration for that
Yeah,
moment.
if anyone doesn't know, the Morwenna Marwick confession and kiss scene was based off of two separate events that happened. One where that was like both involving a girl in my past. One of them, yeah, like the confession that actually took place over Skype,
Well,
and then the actual kiss. And I just fused them together, and being called drama teacher is exactly what happens.
you know what they say, Jacob. Write what you know.
And I did. I always have. I don't know if it's still the heat, but I don't know if it's still the heat wave, but genuinely I had to open a window because it was getting too hot in here.
Oh yes.
Like, I wish I was making that
yeah.
up, but genuinely that's what I just did. It's like, ooh, spicy anecdotes.
See, you and I need to talk now.
Out here? In public?
I mean, you had a perfectly good haunted house to find a location and to talk, and that yet you walked out of it before having this conversation. That's a pretty bad idea. Again, no one's good at planning.
People are going to think you were crazy.
I honestly don't care anymore. I'm tired of you harassing Zane, and I'm tired of you of interfering with my life. I've been your host for
You
one
wanna
entire
know what
year,
would
and you
be
haven't said a
funny?
thing to me about you.
So, like I said, I keep to myself.
That's not acceptable anymore.
I mean, yeah, you can't keep to yourself if you're sharing a body with somebody. I mean, you know, this is one thing. If anyone's seen a Very Potter musical by Team Starkid, they go into Voldemort and Quirrell's dynamic quite a lot in that one, and how they basically like they have to go on to first name basis and stuff. They have to actually confide each other because they're stuck. So, yeah.
Oh, wait, I got a
obviously it's a
question. I don't
Yeah.
know much about Harry Potter lore, but was it ever explained how Quirrell had the whole head in the back and the being possessed, kind of? Was that ever explained?
Yes, because during the time that Voldemort's body was destroyed, he had to actually live off one animal at a time, leeching off of their life force. And so, when Quirrell came along as a human, he was able to do the same thing, basically.
Yeah, as
Ah.
always, it's
That's
better
the
explained in the book than it is in the movie.
Because I
Oh, yeah,
remember
yeah,
watching
we're
that
fine.
movie and it kind of just came out of nowhere. It was just like he revealed it behind his head and he's like, "Look, I have a face behind me." It's just like, wait,
I will
what?
say, in the books, Voldemort does monologue a bit more about what happened from perspective and like what he's been doing in the meantime. So a lot of the time, when you find out about the plans and the conspiracy that he's coming up with and stuff, he usually unravels them himself. In moments of like utter confidence when you don't think anything could happen, or it's like briefing his Death Eaters on the whole conspiracy of the Triwizard Cup, which has more details than what's left in the movie and stuff like that. So, yeah, I suppose. I guess
Yeah.
it makes sense because that is like heavily dialogue based. I don't think you can really do much with that in a movie.
Like, the books are better if you want the full context of the experience and a little bit of that monologue. The movies are better if you want to get to the story quickly and still want to know what's going on.
Well,
Yes.
depends on the movie. I will say that much.
Personally, I prefer the books.
Oh well, yeah, same here. I mean, I've done this before actually in different videos that I've watched on the topic, but because the Harry Potter books are basically mystery books, you kind of need all the clues of the mystery for it to kind of work. And a lot of the time, the stuff they were trying to set up previously to about the big mystery, going on throughout all of them, or even within one movie itself, they have to cut up a bunch of stuff at a time, or they fail to acknowledge what's going to be important later on. That actually gets lost in translation as a result.
Yeah, like, Harry Potter is one of my big writing inspirations. Love the books, hate the author.
I think that's everyone at this point. I can
Yeah.
say the same thing here. In fact, I actually just yesterday repurchased the Goblet of Fire because I actually lost it years ago. I just happened to find it in a store. I was like, oh, you know what? Okay. And I had a moment there. I was like, okay. So on one hand, Harry Potter. On the other hand, Twitter stuff. Oh well.
Also, by the way, Jacob, I'm planning on making a video suit. I'm going to talk to you about this later.
Oh, okay.
This is
Sure.
not the time.
Sure, fair
This
enough.
isn't after my live stream. It's not the time to go on about other projects.
Okay,
I mean, we have ranted about Marvel before on here, so.
Oh well, no,
honestly,
we've
I would
ranted
say
about
anything's fair.
I think a third of our commentary on these streams has been Mutant Girl and/or Fallen Angels related. I can say that much.
Oh
I
yeah,
know.
no, definitely.
For some reason, while I'm editing your guys' reviews, there's talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I don't know, weird incest discussions. Aiden.
Wait, what? Oh, wait, wait, what?
Anyway.
I'm random stuff. Anyways.
On
Okay,
with the review.
We can talk about later. Harry Potter, I'm now interested. Anyways.
Or not if you wish to keep using my body. I demand to know what your stupid obsession with Zane is. You can at least grant me the insight to that. Because at the end of the day, it makes me look like I'm into Zane. And I'm not!
You really want to know?
Yes.
Yes.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really
Fine.
want. Now tell me what you want.
You know I'm dead, right?
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I died hundreds of years ago.
Can I just say, I love the fact that this scene must have been. It's either going to be very, very simple in comparison or very complicated to film. Because on one hand, you can go from the different perspective of the character, turn around, and just maybe like film it twice with different models and just do it that way.
No, you can
Or
switch to models and more player models really quickly, so you can still do it.
Yes, or you can do that is what I'm saying. So this seems like it would be a simpler scene to film than the regular ones, where you have to have where the dialogue is between several people.
I mean,
So
it's
just think
kind
about
of
that.
annoying though, because then you gotta. I mean, for the body actor wise, because body actor gotta keep messing around and stuff like that. When you could just change camera angles, like Minecraft roleplays, which I started filming partway through that farm. So I filmed half that episode, and some of the body acting and camera angles, I don't know, could be kind of hard to do.
See, this is why I was thinking that the easier way to do this actually would be to film all the sides with Ghost and all the sides with Kim as two separate recordings and splice them together in editing.
Actually, that would be easier.
Hmm?
You can also have two separate body actors for Ghost and Kim.
I suppose, but yeah, if you're trying to save just because it's one person, also you only got to pay one actor to do the job as well. Very convenient.
Do that how pay your body actors actually?
Maybe.
Did you pay them?
I meant voice actors as well. Yes, he probably does pay a body actor. I don't see why not.
Like,
Unless it's-
to be
unless it's going
honest,
Jason
the best.
again.
To be honest, the best way to get body actors, as I figured out through personal experience, is capitalism.
Yes.
Thousands. And I died for the person I loved. And for whatever life they
Kimmer?
had left in me. I can't remember their
Yeah, yeah.
Face.
I can't remember
Or their name
their
for that
face or
matter. I
name.
can't remember their face or their name. Very important.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's Kimmer.
I-
Even though Kimmer was dead,
I
dead
can't
by that
remember
point
their-
because Zane killed him. So it's
Yes, but she
complicated.
could have. Yes, but she could have also died for him, like for his memory.
Their face. How sad and pathetic is that?
To be
I
honest,
died
this
for
is
the
something
one
that
I
could have been
loved.
explored in season
And their
7.
face.
Hashtag
I mean-
missed opportunity.
Mhm.
It eludes me.
How does this?
Zane. Their name was Zane.
No.
That's the only thing I remember.
Their name was Zane. I don't get it.
Neither do I. My past life consistently eludes me. I just remember being alone in the mountains, haunting, just drifting. I, a worthless soul, who can't even remember her own name.
Okay, but that doesn't explain the fact that you basically went after Zane before knowing anything about him, or that he was even called Zane for that matter. So this explanation just doesn't work.
I felt like Irene had forgotten me. The only thing I had left in
Ah,
my
don't
memory
worry,
was the name
Irene.
Zane.
You know Irene right now. Kind of. Now.
Yeah, no, Irene would never forget you specifically.
Please, let me
Yeah,
have
she didn't
this.
forget you. She
The only thing
reincarnated
that
you.
makes-
When you were
I mean,
a ghost.
yes, she forgot. Actually, yeah, she forgot about the reincarnation of you, not these. Or maybe she did forget that the soul
Maybe
was
she
still
did
there.
forget the soul still exists. Maybe she, instead of like bringing the soul back to life, she just forgot about that Evelyn was still a ghost.
Well,
and then she just reincarnated Evelyn. And
but you know what? You know what would be the best clickbait theory of all time? Aphmau theory. Aphmau killed Evelyn. Emmeline. I mean, what? I'm saying Evelyn's the commander runner.
Aphmau killed Emmeline. Best theory fixes
but
the
then-
timeline.
Yeah, then I explained that's because like Irene erased the corporeal fragment of Evelyn because the soul was still around.
she was like, "Oh yeah, she exists." Kills her.
Yeah, poor Kenma though. He just be like, it's like, wow, Evelyn, it's been the whole year since our first kiss. Welcome to our kiss anniversary. Then Evelyn starts vanishing, and then he's like, wait, who was I talking to?
I think
Me
it's been
feel
2 years
anything.
actually. I think
Makes
it's
me
been 2
feel
years
like
in
I have
universe.
purpose for being left behind from eternal slumber.
Honestly, that would be really awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
Been
the
so-
reincarnated Evelyn and Ghost are in the same room, and Kenma's like, "Hi, Evelyn, I'm talking to Evelyn." Wait, what?
He's like, this is too confusing. Oh, and I just
Hey,
received a
Neutral
message
Man
from
is
Abby
here.
in the... Yeah, I know. I just received a message from him in private chat that translates to "Long live the love of Christ." There we go. Right. Okay.
Bonjour et bonsoir à tout mon ami. J'ai parlé tout le français et je suis les.
Now go on.
Je suis les baguettes.
Why? Et tu don't love what you? It seems. I mean, it seems that way because your audio is
Oh yeah. Oh.
But
Dans le
unfortunately,
monde here. I don't know.
but unfortunately, Aiden and Jacob, this is where I depart from VC.
No.
I
Okay.
am-
Come on. Have they just got here? Really?
No, I am Jacob. I have pneumonia. I need to go rest. I am still a sick person.
All right.
Okay, Ghosty.
Okay, go rest.
Ghosty needs to go lay down and try not to
Become a ghost.
die.
All right. Foos.
Don't become a ghost on us.
Ooh, okay.
Did you remember foos? That was like a thing people said for some reason in something.
Foos.
Yeah. It was like go away. Like foos. You know, that kind of. By the way, Heather, you're echoing a lot right now.
Get
Or at
headphones.
least I'm echoing through you. I echo through your person.
So many people to those mountains. And how long have you been there? Of course someone named Zane was bound to.
And the very fact that I ended up meeting someone named Zane in my life. That's no mere coincidence, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
who wrote
is.
this? Who wrote this? Alan Bennett. Oh, I must marry a man named Ernest because that makes sense.
It can't be.
You
Oh,
need
Ghostie's
a
gonna
better
be a great-
purpose, girl.
Just a brief cameo.
What?
Yeah.
Nothing. It's just, this is the first time you've really opened up to me.
Yeah, because you didn't.
No.
And I'm glad.
Ghosty said
Thank you.
dies in the chat. No.
Can I?
Yeah, you're not allowed to joke about death in the chat. Who do you think you are, Monet?
Not a chance. Not in my body.
Oh,
We'll figure something out. In the meantime, you need to chill out. We're going back to the boat, and then, I don't know, we'll talk to Lucinda about this later. For now, let's just go back.
Zane is in the haunted house with a.
It'll be really hilarious if, like, ignoring all the theories and stuff. Imagine if Ghost had a crush on some other guy named Zane, but it was like Zane with a Y or something like that. It's like it was not even the same spelling.
Yeah.
You just find out years later. It's like, I checked at our married registry here, and it seems that you spell Aiden with an A. There was an E, something like that.
That other girl
Exactly.
who's trying to steal him from me!
Calm
Fine.
down. It's not like you're going to kiss or anything. Sheesh.
Oh.
I will say Kim's voice acting in that scene was great.
Oh yeah.
Although I don't understand why they added the voice filter late in season 6. Like that's one thing that's kind of bugs me because it's just like you added it so late. Like the voice
you don't need
filter,
it.
the voice filter got added like what 2 years after the character was introduced. Now you're like, oh yeah, like what is this? Ben 10 with sudden voice actor changes after like multiple seasons of them voicing a character? Like, come on.
Did they get rid of D. Bradley Baker as the aliens or something?
No, Ben 10 voice actors changed from classic to Alien Force and onwards. Like there.
Oh well, yeah, I'm not
been-
surprised about that.
Yeah, and but there's
Of
also
course,
been, there's,
it's okay.
yeah,
As much
but also there was
as much as I love
cases
Tara
in-
Strong, as much as I love Tara Strong.
No, I
obviously
mean
I'm
for
not gonna cast a
specifically the
15-year-old.
aliens. Like, yeah, but like there was also cases of them removing and adding voice filters to characters in Ben 10. Like I believe Forearms. I think Forearms either had a voice filter at first or didn't have a voice filter, and it's either one of those, and then it disappeared like into season 2, season 3.
Yeah, I think he had a filter in the Spanish one, just because I'm remembering now that when I tried to, like, it was a big thing to like pretend to be Ben with all of his aliens and stuff in Spain at the time, and I just remember like me trying to make my voice do the weird like graininess that Forearms had at one point, and I was just like, Hank, why is it that I can't do this? Clearly someone's able to do it, but then I didn't know that filters were a thing yet.
Yeah.
To be fair, I don't know if it's D. Bradley Baker does Forearms. I think he does. And I've been recently binge watching Legend of Korra again after watching Last Airbender beforehand, and yeah, he does all the animals in that. I'm just like, how on earth how are you Pabu? What? What are you doing to yourself?
Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else.
Stop singing the song.
Haunted house
Every
wasn't
time.
scary at all.
Are you kidding me? How did it not scare you?
Yeah, it gave me the spooks.
I'm a witch. I've been to
Because
the
she's
spirit
Lucinda,
world.
and she is too strong for this world.
Absolutely, Lucinda, our beloved, or whatever. I say that because Ghosty's not around. She's probably still in the chat,
Exactly.
but whatever.
Trust me, I've seen scarier.
There are scarier things in this world. Eep.
Yeah, just imagine.
Oh yeah,
the
there's like
giant
the demon warlock.
Well, yeah, but there's also Lucinda's giant pet spider.
Is that
Oh well,
I
the
don't
one
think
that becomes
canon.
giant sometimes.
I
I
don't think
forget
it's canon because
Okay, I forget if Uwu ever transforms like in canon as well, or if that's just in non-canon. I'm not sure because it happens so many
no,
times.
I mean like I don't think Uwu is actually canon. I don't think Side Stories was canon. I mean, I love Side Stories, but I have a feeling like there were a lot of continuity errors in there. It took place in the future, but ignored Aaron's blindness, and he had his memory back. And it's like,
Okay, that doesn't mean
I
that.
saw
doesn't
his
mean that
jacket in the
because you can-
background, meaning he had a season 6 jacket. And
Oh
then
wow, he
Zane
had his
knew
family
Nana.
crest jacket somewhere that's probably made into Lycan merch. That disproves everything. No, but honestly, the thing with with the blindness and the memory, actually, I'm pretty sure that implies that side stories is further in the future when the stuff would have been recovered, i.e., after a hypothetical season 7 where we address those things.
Maybe, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
know.
I feel like those were written with the canon of season 5 and season 6, like those relationships, but disregarding the actual canon of MyStreet at that point. I
Why would
think
they do that though? Because that was produced after her wish, which acknowledges that that's the future.
Yeah, but Aaron was also wearing his blindfold during season 6, so he maybe still be blind during not season 6 during her wish, so he may still be blind.
I know,
So
that's what I'm saying. Her wish.
Honestly, I am honestly a fan of the idea of Aaron staying blind. Like, I know people are like, "Oh no, he'll just magically get sight back," but I mean, getting his memories back one thing, but getting his sight back, I mean,
I don't
it
mind.
would be a bit tragic him losing his sight, but it would
I don't
also
mind
add extra drama because it'd be like something he can never get back. No matter,
you say that, but he's dating someone who knows healing magics.
Well, yeah, but you don't know if healing magic can heal the wounds of the irises.
Well, I mean, considering what was happening with the scars and what they were trying to do with that, I reckon that the idea would have been that Aphna would have been developing her skills even further to try and actually cure Aaron again, because that's again essentially part of the plot here before she kind of went off the rails.
But I mean, like, healing scars is different than healing blindness.
Not necessarily.
I mean,
magic based. It doesn't necessarily mean it's any different at all. As you said yourself, magic
again, I just think drama-wise, having him stay blind would be more interesting than it resetting Aaron back to like his original state with his sight and all his memories and stuff like that. Because it makes sense him getting his memories back, but getting
I think drama-wise, Melissa should have stayed dead. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, but look. I'm a big proponent of consequences. It's like giving Lucinda her magic back, like after it's been stated that she lost her magic at the end of season 6.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it would be good for her to recover it, but through effort. The same thing with Aaron's sight and his memories and stuff.
How do you acquire your sight through effort? Okay, I'm just gonna imagine seeing stuff, see.
No, I'm referring to the magic part, as I explained previously. Yes, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that part one that Aaron himself can actually has the effect. That would be the part where he actually connects back with Aphna again, possibly after the memory recovery. Stuff like that. I like it, but that still happens. That's still part of consequences. It just happens to be that it becomes another obstacle to overcome, well, as consequences often are in stories. Anywho. Speaking of consequences, let's see what the consequences of a certain smooch happen to be.
Yes.
Speaking of haunted house, did anyone have a romantic experience?
Haunted. Okay, never mind. I can't remember how that song goes.
Oh, because of that thing Guy said? Gareth, I'm sure that was just an urban legend going around online. It's not real.
Oh, hush, Lucinda. You definitely smooched someone. Can you imagine if Lucinda actually it's like a runaway gag that she happened to smooch someone?
I mean, remember she can't do that apparently because she's still not. She's still butthurt about the whole Ivan thing. Apparently,
yeah, I know.
Later. God, I still
the
hate
only
that
two
idea.
people who I wanted to see sparks fly weren't even there.
Okay.
So
Well, I will say. I feel like her not moving on should have been a season 3 storyline or not addressed at all. But I mean, since they did address it, and if I were doing a Lucinda romance, regardless of who it's with, I would still personally make that a hurdle, purely because that's already been stated to be a character, and just because I don't like it doesn't mean I should just discard it, purely because I don't like it. I would make it work for the character and stuff like that, or add some mild uncomfortability rather than have full rejection of romance, Oh, maybe trust issues actually. Maybe whoever she's dating, goes out for an extra hour, and then she starts to think they're cheating, and so she gets Aphmau to help her like spy on her significant other. And turns out they were just like talking to a friend, and that she just got over paranoid, and that she got to realize that she got to trust again. I can think of arcs.
Yeah, I don't know, Aiden. I like the idea of the breakup with having being a permanent consequence that never evolves.
Well, yeah, but like this is a magical permanent consequence. A magical permanent
Yes,
consequence.
and Lucinda's a witch.
No,
I'm
I mean,
joking,
like,
by the way.
just, it's for the drama. It's for the drama, and it's fun because it's just like.
Yes.
I don't know. I just
yeah.
I just like the idea of Lucinda single. I don't know. That's just me.
Of course, you like her single.
Like, you want to date her yourself?
You know what? Yes, that love interest. I'll just make it a self-insert of you.
Please don't. This is this is
Honestly,
just in between my ears stuff.
No, it's got to be.
I want to make a thing where it's like how Lucinda romance would go about. I don't know if I would pair her with Melissa. I don't know. Because
It's got to be a combination of a self-insert of Adity and of Ghosty, because I mean the top Lucinda sim here definitely is Ghosty. So once again, bit of maybe that's a bit of competition going on. I don't know. They become the new Garth and Lawrence and try to win over Lucinda's affections. Lucinda Aphmau spinoff. Anyway.
Doesn't matter.
And I thought we came into question last episode how old Melissa was, and we said mid-30s.
Besides, who would even kiss in a haunted house? It's kind of hard to do that, wouldn't you think? I mean, first you gotta get in the mood and everything.
Kiss.
I mean, yeah, but you'd have to get in the mood, but I guess the mood could have been, oh, wow, you saved me. I don't know.
You saved me from these people in costumes. So romantic. I was in so much danger.
Oh, my word. Yeah. I think last time I went into a haunted house was actually when I was like maybe 6, possibly 5, depends. And it was at a friend's birthday party, and yeah, I knew the people were either like dressed up or it was some sort of animatronic that was going on because they're like all at the distance or something. And it was a shame as well because you know because at one point for some reason my mum decided to go in. And she said she could pick like to go in with 2 people. So instead of like going with my friends, my brother and I ended up going in with her. And so of course the whole time she was showing my brother that it wasn't real. And I was dressed as Superman going up and trying to show that I was brave and stuff. So it completely ruined the mood. So yeah, I guess the point.
So I got a question. Was your favorite superhero Superman?
I didn't really have. I didn't really know much about superheroes at the time. I never read a Marvel or DC comic in my life. I just haven't known that Superman was a thing, and I got a costume at one point. So yeah.
Wait. I actually kissed Kawaii-chan.
It's just sinking.
Yeah, what is this? Your second consensual kiss? The second one you ever had between you and Ghost doesn't count.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, exactly.
And
again,
the first one's Aphmau when she kissed you on the cheek. Although this is your first kiss on the lips from any. Well, second.
Yeah. Yes, kiss on the lips.
First consensual kiss on the lips. There.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Zane and Diana worked out the differences in Falcon University and had a bit of a.
I'm pretty. Didn't he call her a furry, which is like a slur or something?
Oh, I know that he called her a poser. I remember that much. Yeah, I don't know about furry. We'll get there when we get there.
I kissed her. How did that happen? Why didn't I freak out? What's going on?
You did freak out, Zane. You very much freaked out when it happened.
Try not to freak out. She's not freaking out. Don't freak out.
And Kova, I'm freaking out. There we go.
It's like you can't really make out before someone comes to scare you, and then you.
Well, there you go, and then you do that.
Oh no! Wait, they scream because Emily came out of here.
I was watching MCC, which is the most stressful thing
You scared them. You scared Kwai-chan and Zane, Emily.
Bloody good.
What is
Not sure how
MTC?
long I'll say. In fact, I'm gonna go now. But I wanted to say hi because you're all beautiful people.
Well, thank you.
Aw,
You're beautiful
thanks.
as well.
But if you want to come and stay
Alright,
at
good
any
night,
time, you can.
everyone. It's very late. Au revoir.
Right. Bye.
Bye.
You know what? I like this format. Just invite people to guest at different times. So it's not like everyone coming in at once. It's like, oh, we go ahead and like switch around a little bit. That's an interesting format. Might play around with that.
Yes.
Maybe actually for the 9th anniversary stream, which I will do actually reacting to whenever compilation happens. But once again,
Yeah,
anyone
honestly,
here is
I
not
don't
posting
know if we're gonna have
recommendation.
much of a compilation, but I'll try to.
Yeah, see, I want to give people a chance again to give different chances, like not just me putting in all the stuff that I want to see in there, because obviously that defeats the purpose. I want to be everyone's experience, not just my own, even though I probably will have, I'll have the most things to say about everything, but still.
See?
Oh, Kawaii-chan, are you going to the bathroom? Wait up!
No, she's going to
yes.
scream somewhere.
Yeah, if someone runs off to the bathroom screaming, you might want to give them some privacy.
I think I'm going to go to the beach and just play volleyball or something.
Ball.
Oh God,
Can
what
we
happened
go?
to Melissa's audio
Oh
quality up
yeah,
there?
can we?
Sure! I need something to...
Melissa's what, sorry?
I think Melissa's audio quality is a bit off.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying something about her arm or something.
get my mind off of failure. Ugh.
There's Gareth gone for the rest of the story.
I need
well, we wish, but then again, he comes back later and does his thing, so...
to talk to Half-Mao!
He jumps into the ocean and swims off.
Half-Mao! Half-Mao!
How many times can Zane say Aphmau? Take a shot every time he says it.
This is the first experience, by the way, in a long time when a character has come around and actually done actually looked out for Aphmau, like panicked and looked for Aphmau for guidance for something. It's been a long time.
Half-Mao!
I mean, yeah, that is one thing that I noticed about MyStreet. Characters became a lot more self-reliant as time went on, and were able to do things with each other more than just Aphmau dealing with their problems.
Yeah. But Zane's still Zane.
Yeah.
Really?
Wait, what? You know what? Yes, Aphmau's drowning in that pool, obviously.
Yeah, because she can't
swim.
Aphmau just does like, Aphmau! Start breathing again and answer me! Or move! Or blink!
Half-Mao!
Quiet! You've been shouting that for the past 10 minutes. Besides,
That's been 10 minutes,
Aphmau isn't here.
jeez.
What?
She and Aaron took the smaller boat back to the home resort.
So Dirk let Zane scream Aphmau's name for 10 minutes and then told him that he was gone.
They needed a bit of a breather.
Maybe he wants to
get away
punish
from
them
the
for
stress.
screaming it, so he just like, here, make your vocal cords sore.
I guess. Maybe Zane's ready to Bardock.
Freezer! The stress of what? Vacation?
Hey now, remember they're still
What?
recovering.
The stress of
Things like this
trauma,
take time, man.
Jesus.
Recovering? I'll tell you what needs recovering. Try being the most antisocial person ever and hating people only to find yourself locking lips with the girl-woman thing because for some reason
God.
human
No,
emotions
that
are the
can't be.
worst thing to ever happen to me.
Oh, come on, Zane. It's fine. It's only vacation.
Sounds
Why are you
like
telling
you
this to
need
them?
Because he's socially awkward.
He
doesn't
needs
know-
to vent, he's freaking out.
Yeah. I mean, then again, Zane telling anyone about this is progress enough.
to get some stuff worked out.
I don't even understand what he said.
I don't even understand what I'm saying either. which is why I need my friend to help me. But she's not here because...
Oh, he said friend and not best friend. Come on! That could have been a great...
She's making out with Aaron on a tiny boat or...
Unless Kawaii.
Yes, she's making out with Aaron, obviously.
You can call her.
Wait, hold on. She's making out with Aaron on a tiny boat. Doesn't that mean that the ship has sailed? See you later.
Right, that's right! I have a phone!
What was that about?
How dare you tell him to interrupt their makeout session?
Look, I just wanted him to shut up and stop yelling whatever he was talking about.
That's that.
Hmm?
They can make out later.
It's Garte. Hello? Ah, you're almost here? Perfect.
How many more episodes? 4? Okay, then.
Is it really 4 more episodes?
Yeah, episode 20. Zeus has got a girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They gendered the doors. I didn't know that. I did never notice that they colored the doors different colors.
Yeah, I guess, poor BB. It's already hard enough trying to figure out what bathroom to use when you're trans, let alone if you're colorblind in this case. My goodness.
Oh no! She'll never know.
I can't believe that happened. Maybe it was the heat of the moment, but he pressed his lips against mine. He didn't pull back. How do I know?
Ask him.
Ew, Lucinda!
Hey, girl. You ran off super fast.
Hey, girl. What are you doing
Yeah,
in the
you ran off super
bathroom?
fast. You clearly did not want to be followed. So I followed you.
Yeah,
Who's
also,
the
how,
real
she
socially
didn't,
awkward
she didn't have to poop really bad. I mean, sometimes you just have to go. Sometimes, you have to go. You have to go.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you went for a moment.
Sorry.
Except that your first guess was the bathroom, and you went to the bathroom and found her in the bathroom. So yes, you did know Lucinda.
Don't worry about it. But you're probably done and everything, so don't feel like you need to wait up for me.
Lucinda, I need to ask you a question.
Hmm?
Have you
Yes,
ever
waiting
kissed
up for
someone
someone at the
impulsively?
bathroom. Because that's kind of weird.
What?
Wow, Lucinda's reaction, that's very telling. To be fair, her and Ivan back in the day were really just, they could not get away from each other.
I need to know.
Why do you need to know?
Because shipping things.
Yeah, shipping
Well,
things. That's exactly
I'll
what it is.
pretend.
Can Lucinda just like not read the room here? When Afmal kissed Aaron after the play, the immediate episode after, she was at Lucinda's house, and Lucinda, having been out of town for so long, figured out instantly what had happened.
Like, I understand that, but...
Never mind, I have to get going.
Kawaii-chan, she's acting really strange. Stranger than usual.
Yeah, wonder what happens. It's such a mystery, especially to you, Lucinda.
I mean, to be fair, I highly doubt she'll be like, kiss Zane, that guy I'm still lukewarm on for some reason.
Well, yeah, but she isn't lukewarm on him. I feel like
think she pretty much is. I think that's been stated that she's a little bit.
No, I mean
lukewarm on
Kawaii-chan is.
him
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Oh, Kawaii, yeah.
It's not like
You
Lucinda
know,
much about Aaron either.
at night they dim the lights here, so that when guests look up, they can see the stars better.
Yeah, what a great thing to say in the middle of an ocean with no lights around.
I've always enjoyed stargazing, especially looking at the moon.
Maybe their render distance doesn't let you see the actual park itself, but still around them. I don't know.
Same.
It reminds me of when you asked me to prom.
Oh, that's right.
You're interrupting my ship.
Zane?
Oh no, how dare he interrupt their makeout session.
You should answer. Maybe we forgot something.
Maybe. Hello?
Where are you?
Ow! I think he busted my eardrum.
Same.
Well, you're holding the phone down, so probably not.
I heard it from here and my ears hurt.
This is Minecraft, Jacob. You gotta
Okay, yes, but people
I think
do
the
answer calls like
the
that on
idea
speakerphone.
is that she's holding it up to her ear. That's the idea.
I
But
always thought
welcome
I
to
always thought that
Minecraft.
people just like held their phones out on speakerphone. I thought that was what the plan was.
No,
That
I'm pretty
makes
sure
sense.
they're meant to be holding it to their ear. Like they literally acknowledge speakerphone in a minute.
Well, yeah, you don't normally have to. When people use speakerphone and someone's around the room, they know what is being used. They don't need to say you're on speakerphone.
Okay. Let's just watch the scene. You'll see
you
what
okay?
I mean.
No, I am not okay! I'm about to have a panic attack because of what happened!
Zane, calm
Oh yeah, I forgot. Aaron does say specifically. Yeah, I get what you mean.
down. Explain to me what happened.
I kissed Kawaii-chan!
I'm sorry. What?
No laughing!
No, it's just. I swore you said you kissed Kawaii-chan.
I did!
You're serious?
I did!
You are serious.
What?
I kissed Kawaii-chan.
Were you asleep?
I'm so embarrassed, I wish I was!
Does Atma think that Zane sleepwalks and thinks about kissing Kawaii-chan? I mean, maybe. Who knows? Maybe he dreams of her. Just saying.
Wait, what's going on?
Zane says he kissed Kawaii-chan? Like, on the
Yeah. See, until Aaron clarifies the speakerphone later, that's the issue.
lips?
No, on the butt. What do you think?
No, I don't judge. Look, Zane.
I don't judge. What? What? Okay. There's a lot to unpack that I'm not gonna do the unpack.
I just can't.
Give me a moment.
So that actually happened?
Yeah, apparently it did. But it also might have been a dream Zane was having, or...
Well, if it only happened to Zane, then...
Someone is calling. Zane, can you hold on 1 second? I gotta...
I thought there's a complete lack of faith in the fact that Zane can score. It's like, come on.
No one has faith in Zane. Like, Zane can get the ladies. Like,
Yeah.
no one has faith in him.
Yeah, just like, what was that Zane? Oh, sorry, my bad. What was that Zane? Oh, you got game? Yeah, sure. Yeah, tell me again.
Another call, and I can't tell who it is.
Don't put me on hold, I'm having a crisis!
Hello?
It's me!
Kawaii-chan?
So one of my favorite things about this episode, again, one of my second favorite, and is because it actually, like, besides everything else that happens, my personal bias goes towards the editing from different things happening simultaneously, and especially to do with calls. It doesn't quite go into the split screen that I like to demonstrate in Gacha because that was a groundbreaking effect back in the day, and I was so proud of myself for doing it. But it does
still pretty cool though. Don't sell yourself for it.
Yeah, it still taps into the same idea. In fact, that was actually the reason why I convinced Aiden at one point. Go back to the Fallen Angel story here. Originally, in episode 4, there were two particular scenes that happened one after the other that seemed to have a very similar purpose, as in like the characters psyching themselves up to actually go ahead and do something. So then I said, these two kind of look similar. Let's just... And that's why we get the whole thing with Zach and Helen going like, oh, you got this Zach. Oh, you got this, Helen.
Zach and Alana. Alana.
Okay. Right.
Wrong
okay, Alana, you got this.
character.
Okay, Zach, you got this. Like that kind of thing. Yeah. That was the idea. Clearly don't remember who was involved, but I remember the effect, obviously.
You okay?
No, I'm not!
What's the matter, Kawaii-chan?
I kissed Zane!
Oh my Irene. It's Kawaii-chan, and she apparently kissed Zane?
Is this some kind of practical joke?
Maybe? I mean, they're calling at the same time? Let me see what she has to say.
I mean, yeah. Oh, we don't get to hear it? Come on.
Why? I thought you were done. Don't like exposition.
Well, I like it when the character's like freaking out and panicking. I want to hear from how they both describe it.
Okay. Apparently it was in the haunted house in the heat of the moment.
See, and Athos says it again anyway. So it's maybe
Wow, I don't know what to think.
Oh, right. I forgot. Kwai-chan, I got another call. Can you hold on? No! Too bad! Zane, I'm so sorry to put you on hold.
Poor Kwai-chan.
You better be! You left me on hold for 10 minutes! I'm having issues!
Well, when aren't you? Sheesh!
Aphmau!
I just love the fact that she's simultaneously roasting them, helping them, putting them on hold, sassing them back. It's one of the funniest exchanges in the whole of MyStreet, I think.
Oh, I kissed a girl and I liked it!
And of course...
Oh my, I made that song reference earlier. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like, okay, there was no way they were going to do it. If Stacy's mum gets mentioned in Music Freaks, Katy Perry gets mentioned here.
Tell her that!
I don't know how to!
The way you told me?
Ugh, that's too simple.
By screaming
My
it?
insides are all complicated right now.
Zane, calm down.
But...
Zane, please breathe. Now.
The one thing that would make this scene better is if Zane was like, okay, I'm breathing now. I'm relaxed. And meanwhile, we cut to Kawaii-chan going...
Tell me, how do you feel about Kwai-chan?
I don't know. I mean, I like her. I can talk to her about pretty much anything. I didn't mean to kiss her, but she just...
Aww.
What?
It sounds like you do have feelings, but you don't know how to confront them.
Oh boy, have I been in Aphmau's shoes here. Actually, I've been in Zane's shoes too. I was in Zane's shoes first, and then in Aphmau's shoes multiple times.
No, it's not!
I know you, Zane. And I know that you like to yell and get all pouty when you don't know how to convey something.
Yeah, actually.
Oh, actually, that wasn't really my case. When I was awkward about this stuff, I would just freeze.
Actually, he does kind of get that way.
Am I on speaker?
You can be. Here.
Oh,
what?
Oh, that's where the echo filter comes in. And look at that.
Fine, whatever. You'll probably tell Aaron anyway. Plus, I trust him of all people to keep a secret.
Zane!
And Zane with the comebacks, yeah. That is perfect. Ah, there you go. He's not just receiving now, he's actually able to dish out. Perfect.
Since he kept the werewolf thing a secret all his life.
You don't need to explain it, Zane. It's funny anyway.
Anyway, I don't see what the big deal is, Zane. Just tell her you like her? Or tell her the kiss was in the moment?
It's very easy to get lost in the moment. Zane, only you can tell how you feel about her.
To be fair, both of them have been in the situation where somebody has sprung something romantic on them in the moment and they have not responded appropriately. Or they're not responding the way that they themselves would have wanted, I should say. You know, Aphmau, the case would of course be Gareth and Lawrence, the most famous examples in Phoenix Drop High, and in Aaron's case, it would be Jenny, which granted was not written yet, but that doesn't matter, because once again, my rule of stories is to ignore that.
Hold on, Zane. Hello? I don't know how to tell Zane that I like him because I kissed him, and what if he thinks I'm a loser? I'm sure Zane wouldn't kiss a loser.
I mean, unless he was desperate.
Oh my word, Aaron. Why would you? No.
Maybe. What? Oh, shoot! The speaker was on!
That was supposed to be an internal thought. Sorry, Kawaii-chan.
I just want a love like you guys have. And I'm afraid I've done it wrong. I'm afraid I rushed, and he'll never love me that way.
Kawaii, it's fine. It's been 4 seasons. You've not rushed.
Chan, you'll never know unless you try.
Huh?
Aaron and I, we've never had the perfect relationship. Even from the beginning, we fought a lot.
Especially from the beginning. If we talk about the beginning, that's the real fights there.
We're silly little things. Heck, we were in.
Oh, Addy's got to go. Okay, fine. See ya. I guess we'll rotate in the next guest then. Right, who's up? I don't know. I haven't got anyone else lined up. Except Monet, I guess, but I doubt that she's going to be able to show up. And nope, no message from her yet. So yeah, right now.
Enemies before we even found out we were.
It's like, Monet, don't put me on hold. I have a crisis. I need to stream. Ah! Imagine.
Friends all along. And what I'm trying to get at is, you're always going to make mistakes. You're always going to rush into things. And you're never going to be a perfect relationship. Just because you see us as perfect doesn't mean that you see all of us. Because all of us is not perfect.
This is a great lesson for 2 reasons, actually. The first one is because it's just as far as the Kawaii-chan represents the shipping culture and the fan base in a lot of aspects, especially towards the beginning. But she still has kind of maintained that role up until maybe Melissa starts taking over a little bit. Yeah. Okay. And now actually having Aphmau seem to speak directly to the character that has been the voice of the fan base from the very beginning, telling people that remember this is not the representation of something perfect. By this point, it's probably been pointed out a few times at this stage that Aphmau and Aaron were not perfect and how everyone was like saying, "Oh, they're so cute together" and stuff. Yes, they are cute together, but they're not exactly what people will be looking for if they're looking for something. Especially when you're young age, you think, "Oh, I'm gonna find," I guess, like Aiden says, sometimes in some of his shows, I'm gonna find my Prince Charming or something like that. Your Prince may be charming, but again, they've got their flaws and differences because everyone's a different human being. And in some way, that's good to recognize. If you can love someone despite the things that either get on your nerves or you can act, or that you personally don't necessarily align with, then that's even better. I mean, you could go one step further if you wanted to and talk about physically, but in this case, that doesn't come up because, for crying out loud, they've already talked about a bunch of physical differences in the whole rest of this season. I think they can talk about one aspect of just who they are. But not only that, but it's also, again, a great lesson for life. Because like I said, they don't represent the perfection like people seem to project onto them, including Kawaii-chan. But also in real life, if you're looking for that kind of thing, you're always going to set yourself up for disappointment because you're always holding out. I hear a lot of the time, actually, that in lots of, I guess, romantic comedies and stuff, and maybe a few times in real life, how people tend to hold on for like the one to come across and stuff, and for it to all just click in the moment. It doesn't. It takes effort on both parts, and if you expect things just to align that way, most of those people, I will say, they're the ones who ended up being lonely for quite some time, using the rom-coms as like the main protagonist, and they learn to realize that despite those things, or it's the Hollywood writing where it doesn't really matter, and that's another issue. But yeah, in reality, again, if you hold out like that for that reason, you're never going to end up being happy even when you do find somebody, because those differences eventually will end up tearing you apart. And I'm trying to think of when I actually kind of realized that over time, because I mean, I had that idea of myself, or maybe not even, doesn't even remember finding the perfect person, maybe like being the perfect person for somebody. But again, that would involve, of course, changing core parts of who I am for somebody else, which I'm obviously not going to do, and I would never ask anyone to do that for any reason. And yeah, I'm trying to trace it back because I think actually it might have been around the time that I heard it here for the first time. I mean, I've never actually. I don't think I ever considered. No, actually, you know what? I was going to say I didn't consider Afro and Aaron to be perfect for each other. I think it recontextualized my ideas of what that actually meant in a relationship. And yeah, honestly, that's a great message to actually send not only for your core audience, but for any random 17-year-olds who might be lurking about, just trying to figure out things for themselves, possibly having had at this point that first kiss that I mentioned before, that first turning into the second relationship I ever actually had, and that just completely falling through as if that took any steps beyond that. And then afterwards having I was trying again with something completely different and refusing to believe that there were like huge incompatibilities. So for two different reasons, having that come together, anyone who randomly might fit that description will get a huge life lesson from that, and then maybe just stream about it 5 years later. You never know. So you know what? That's that for me right there. Nope. Hold on. I'm gonna wait till the scene plays out.
I'm still ignorant to a few things, and I realize that. What matters is that you try, Kawaii-chan.
But that's all you can do, Kawaii-chan. Being the perfect couple ship isn't possible. There's always waves, and at the end of the day, it's up to them to keep the relationship afloat.
You guys!
I love that too.
Now, go talk to Zane, Kawaii-chan. Give it a try. If it doesn't work, then hey. Hey, Kawaii-chan? Huh? If it helps, I totally ship you and Zane.
There it is. There it is. Levi Gulp.
Zane again?
Stop putting me on hold!
Yeah, you missed the rating of Vice Zane. Come on. But yeah, that was my Levi drink for today.
Stop yelling!
Let me talk to Aaron.
Putting it back on speaker.
Hello?
How do I know if I like Kawaii-chan?
Try a date or something.
But I kissed her!
Sometimes people do crazy things in the heat of the moment. What matters is what you do now.
Yeah, like kidnap someone, throw them out a window,
Don't you remember what happened when you found out that I kissed Af?
You tried to go up to his house with your sword and force him to be with me. Remember?
Very true.
That's because you told me you two were a thing in school, and then...
Actually, that never came up in conversation. And also, you did also pretend to be Aphmau's dad one time, specifically about the date with Aaron.
Never mind!
Just talk to her. That's the next step.
You can do it, Zane.
No! I need to yell some more, because it makes me feel better and I...
Let me see the phone. Zane, we're letting you go. Af and I have to make out now.
That's gross! Hey, you just said...
Yeah, you're the one who said you kissed someone, Zane. Don't put that on there.
That is an excuse to hang up on me! Don't you dare hang up on me! I swear if you do...
I will vow vengeance! I don't know.
Was that too harsh?
He'll be fine.
Maybe.
Don't worry. He needs to do this.
Yeah, I agree. So, we're totally gonna dish out the shipping thing back to Kawaii-chan if things work out, right?
Oh, totally. She's
Oh yeah, but only in minigames.
going to feel our wrath.
Yeah, also I love how the music changed at this point because we went from the emotional stuff from before with the genuine like heartfelt advice to Kawaii-chan and then suddenly back to Zane with comedic music. Yeah, I see what happens.
For now, let's just enjoy our time. We'll get an angry paragraph text message from Zane if things go wrong.
He still does that?
Yeah.
I can't. Well, at least he can articulate his thoughts some way. That's progress, I guess.
I can't believe they hung up on me! I'm going to send a long, angry text to them!
Zane? Can we start over?
Wow, that was quick. She ran over there.
You mean... she's here. Can I ask her?
I can understand if you don't feel the same way, but...
No, it's not that! You're a good person, and sweet. thing that I'm afraid of is, do I deserve someone as nice as you?
Can we find out?
Maybe.
You know, that's another thing. That's another thing, because in my past relationships, I either feel like I'm the person who doesn't deserve to be with the other one, or the other one feels that with me, and then I also do as well, because that's just how my brain functions. And that's why as well, that's another good reason to remind yourself, just in general, even just for love purposes in general, of all the good things that you do. Because when you look back factually at the stuff that you actually do, either for yourself or for others, the things that you're good at, the things that you bring to the world, that's when you realize, that's like indisputable, because that's just like, that's out there, that's stuff that happens. So then that's what kind of reminds me to keep to either keep going with things, or that I'm just, not wasting my time, or that I'm deserving of good things as well, because I'm giving something back. It all depends, but I feel like that's something that a lot of people fail to recognize sometimes, is that, either if they think that they're annoyed. Oh, hold on a second, I need to make sure my battery. I have a computer battery that I got today. Sorry, I just need to. I forgot that it wasn't constantly plugged in. I just looked around across the corner. I was like, is this going to fail in the middle of a big speech? Positive light and moments into this world. Yeah. Okay. Here we are. We're back. Oh, God, what was I saying? It's like, oh no, I keep messing up with my computer and stuff. I don't deserve to be a YouTuber. Blah blah blah. For example, that could be something that I would say. But yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like like video projects and stuff. It just be in general. Do you help others? Do you like lend them your school equipment, for crying out loud? Something like that. I don't know. Or do you just cheer people up when they're on their off days and stuff like that? All those things are great things, and that's a sign of a good person, who deserves to have people around, the sense that care for them, and be around themselves and everything, in case the unthinkable happens and people don't feel like they deserve that. They've even that basic right of life. So yeah, that's what I think, and it's good to have someone to remind you of that as well. I know that I've done that before. I've reminded people of those things, but remind yourselves as well, and and ultimately you'll realize that you do deserve things. It's not selfish to think so, even if you have had a past where you try to have dreams of world domination and stuff, and crave power, and your soul is a empty void of darkness or whatever. Even that situation, even you are deserving of, I don't know, some pink Neko somewhere. I don't know.
Kawaii-chan, will you go on a date with me?
Okay, I know, I'm sorry that I had to pause there, but I'm going to reference one more thing. In the Cinema Sins parody that Afmal did, she looks at this scene, and I think she takes a few points off, actually, because a few sins off, because the idea is that it's finally Zane has the courage. She doesn't say courage, just has the courage to actually ask this to a girl, and he's grown so much and stuff like that. It's like, that's great. Also, side note, I see what you did there, Afmal, with swearing in Spanish. People don't realize it's actually a swear word, but I guess YouTube will forgive you for that one. But it's important to acknowledge that Kawaii-chan took a big step as well, because she's the one who came and sought out Zane after the advice that she got from Afmal and Aaron, and clearly she wanted to start over in some capacity. She initiates this. So I'm giving Kawaii-chan the credit here as well, even if it's not the same, not coming from the creator or something.
Yes.
Oh, look at her, she's blushing and crying. She's wanted this for a while. She knows she likes Zayn. That was a good question. Come on.
It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me.
Well, now do people understand that's my second favorite episode in the whole series?
Yes, we do.
Oh, there you are. I was thinking, like, I saw like the sound capture like move a little bit while I was giving my big speeches. I wasn't sure if you were actually there or not.
Yeah, I wanted to let you finish, I guess.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
No, I really like this episode because like you know, Saint Chan. I mean, what else do you want?
Yeah, but it goes so far beyond Zane Chan as well, into the nature of shipping itself, even the nature of love itself. Like that,
Mhm.
and that's a very mature way of doing it. Arguably, again, from the character obsessed with childish shipping and looking at stuff at surface level, actually this chance and this particular pairing, it makes perfect sense to do that. You could have easily done that with Caitlyn and Travis as well, because obviously Caitlyn, she has dated people in the past, but she broke up with one of her boyfriends because he was too nice to her. And meanwhile, you have Travis, who hasn't really properly had a decent relationship in the typical saying of things, because he's been such a player up to this point and hasn't really considered um his if he had feelings for anyone. So you could very much have had this exact same setup with them. However, against what you would consider every part of my traveling being to be in this particular situation, I do think Zane Chan works way better for this one, just because you have that extra layer of the obsession with shipping and the connection to the fan base itself through basically their spokesperson. So yeah, this episode is amazing. That's what I have to say about that.
Mhm.
It doesn't have any super distracting subplots or anything. It doesn't go into, I mean, it doesn't even address the reason that Afro and Aaron are off in the bows and stuff. It doesn't even talk about it from their perspective yet. We have plenty of time to deal with that. That's what they're going off to do. It has one idea. It takes it to the extreme, and it just it allows it to exist as it is, and impart the wisdom that these creators have clearly thought a long time about how they're actually going to deal with this. Because yeah, given the history of the Garmao Lamao Wars and Minecraft Diaries, the Armao Traveler and Zane Chan fandoms that have spiraled way later, like into a much greater degree, but less toxic degree, granted. Just essentially still doing what proper kids media does, which is actually teach proper lessons. And yeah, again, sometimes there can be a random 17-year-old in the mix that finds it too, and it's like, I need to rethink some things. And hey, look at me now, in what I think is the best relationship I've ever had in my life, and still not necessarily remembering that I of all the things that are so deep ingrained into me that came from this episode, but acknowledging that there's lots that came from there that I still think about to this day, especially when I mess up. I mess up quite a lot, but then I remember that it's okay as long as I make up for it, because the person that I am with actually is incredibly forgiving, flawed herself, and and actually loves me and cares for me in that way, and that's what I wanted. So in my opinion, and Kawaii-chan, I guess we'll see, because it depends. It's still early days, season wise and stuff with her and Zane. But I too wanted to actually find that kind of thing. And yeah, I'm not necessarily going to say that if I did or didn't, because granted, someone can, if something happens in the future, then people can just look at this particular video and it's going to come back to bite me or something. It's like, haha, remember when you said this thing? But yeah, you know what? I'm going to say it's a theory. I've been on a good winning streak with theories so far. I got a good feeling about this. So yeah, on an objective and a personal level, this episode, amazing. Too bad they ruin it with the next episode that comes out right after this one. Yay! Because next episode is you know what? I think I looked it up. I think it's on the 27th, but I'm just gonna check quickly because I want to get this right. Let's see. Where are we? Nope, that's today. That's today's episode. When's the next one? So yeah, speaking of messing up, and desperately trying to make up for something, and then this one I said messing up even more. And the imperfections of Aphmar and Aaron, it goes into a lot of stuff actually. There's a great segue here. Because next episode is Make Me Like You. And just that title alone, if you remember what happens in this particular season, you know what's coming. And you know why it's bad. Oh boy. But we have another 4 days for that. So next stream that I will be doing will be a YouTube one. And that will be the one for 9 years. Again, please go to the community tab and offer your suggestions of what to actually put in there, because I need people to actually do that. I'm just gonna look up. I'm just gonna post the thing in Twitch itself. I'm gonna look that up now. Here we go. Because I'm not wasting a chance for this, because I need. That's Puppy Love playing in the background. Yeah, I need to send this out. Because my 9th anniversary of YouTube is actually in 3 days' time, so I need this to be dispatched very quickly. So yeah, to the people still watching that, please put in your suggestions. That's what it says there. I need people to think like, oh, maybe like what sections or what episodes you would want to feature in like me watching, and talking about my 9 years of doing YouTube. What you would think best represents that, or your favorite moments, or anything really. So yeah, it can be from a musical episode all the way to, I don't know, Legend of Tid or just Pascal if you're so inclined. I don't know. It depends. Put everything in there, and then we will sort out Aphmal's complete, like the biggest relationship mess up that she has ever committed in her entire life on the 27th. Same time, same place, 5 years later. Until then, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters, and subscribe if you've not done so already. And on that note, until next time, farewell, and good luck with love out there. It's scary, but it's worth it.